Which one is the right answer? Which one is the wrong answer?
Hi, I'm Mario, and I'm a student at Texas School for the Deaf, and these are my parents.
One of the biggest changes that's happened for us as a family is just how acutely aware we have become about honing in on Mario's specific learning needs, right? So prior, we were aware of some of the difficulty he was having with ADHD, keeping focus, etc. But we weren't there on a daily basis to live out those experiences. Mario attends Texas School for the Deaf here in Austin and is fully supported with a staff there. When he came home for quarantine during COVID, we were like blown away with like all of the big requirements that he needed and had just to get through a regular school day. It's been an eye opener for us, just the intense amount of work that goes into supporting a kid with challenges such as ADHD.
So what does my daily routine look like? Usually in the morning, Adam will wake me up, and he might have to tap me 3 or 4 times. Then I get my equipment set up for school. And once I'm done with lunch around 12:10, I go back to class. All the way till 3:20. After school, I can play games or FaceTime with friends, and then I have dinner.
Having Mario at home as a remote learner has had its challenges, but it's had amazing opportunities to better get to understand our kid. I mean, we're talking about major things that are happening in this kid's life. One, the fundamental aspect of Mario's life as being a deaf student. 2, being a deaf student with ADHD. 3, being a deaf student with ADHD working remotely during a global pandemic. It's a lot. He's only 13 years old. So really what's been awesome is just the amount of time that we get to, work together and spend together.
This situation has allowed me to connect with Mario more. I'm an educator myself, but he has taught me things.
Typically in American school situations, like, our teachers are raising our kids. They spend much more time with them than we do as parents. But now the tables have been turned. So really being able to connect with Mario so much more has given us the opportunity to really better understand him and really better understand what his needs are in several aspects, as a deaf child, as an adopted deaf child, as a adopted Latino deaf child. Like, those are all very real things for him. That's living in a remote, learning experience where he's not with the mentors and the deaf community that he's typically with on a day-to-day basis in person. It's been a challenge, but it's been something that once we took our breath and realized what we were facing on a day-to-day basis, we embraced for the betterment of his learning. And as a result, we've had a few more upsets, but I think certainly a lot more victories. And those victories have brought us closer as a family, closer as individual relationships, both between myself and Mario, and Adam and Mario, and then myself and Adam really as well, because we strategize about how to best support him and best support each other throughout this process.